Hello YouTube, this is a short tutorial on how to set up a virtual lab using Windows Server 2008 R2 with the Hyper-V. First of all, you need to download the software, and this is the link: Microsoft.com Windows Server 2008. From here you have a couple of choices. The first one is to download the actual software so you can install it on a machine and enable the Hyper-V role. Then you can also download virtual hard drives to build virtual machines inside your server and use it in a lab environment. So I have downloaded the software and installed it on a computer. So I have Server 2008 running. I'm going to use remote desktop to connect to my server, since I'm able to record from here and I cannot record if I'm at the server. So as you can see, this connects me to a session to my Hyper-V server. So once you've installed the software, you have to make sure that you enable the Hyper-V role in order to run your virtual machines in here. Now, to install the virtual hard drives, you copy the file that you download from Microsoft to a convenient location in one of your hard drives. I put it in a folder that I call Microsoft Downloads, and here's the virtual hard drive. All you have to do is double click it, click Run, and install, and it's gonna decompress the file, and it'll take 2-3 minutes depending how fast your computer is, and decompress the hard drive. As the file finishes decompressing, you have your virtual hard drive. You can put it whatever you like, but the default location, it's under Documents, Public Documents, Hyper-V, and Virtual Disks. As you can see, I already made a copy of it and I have it right here. The next thing you should do is build a machine with it, a virtual machine that is, and then Sysprep the machine so you can use it multiple times and you don't have conflicts. If you just copy the virtual hard drive, you'll end up with a bunch of machines that they all have the same SID, and that's going to cause problems later. So you want to Sysprep it. It'll make this tutorial too long if I try to show you how to Sysprep the machine. I'll do a short tutorial on how to do a Sysprep on the server. But next, let me show you how to build several machines. The first step is, say I wanted 2 new machines. I have a Sysprep file right here. So I'm gonna right click it, copy and paste. That'll be the hard drive for one of the machines, and then I'll repeat that step to build 2 of them. Okay, so the first copy finished. So I have my original file right here. This is the Sysprep server file, and I made a copy of it. I'm going to make another copy by selecting the file and then pressing Control C for copy and then Control V for pasting it. And That'll create the second hard drive that I'm going to be using for this tutorial. Okay, the second copy just finished. I have copy 1 and copy 2. And remember, this is a copy of this virtual hard drive, which has been Sysprepped. Next step is to rename it. Rename each file to something that will make sense to you. I call mine Tutorial Lab 1. And the other one we'll call it Tutorial Lab 2. So now I have both of my hard drives ready to build my virtual machine. That will be the next step. Hard drives are ready. Let's build the machines. To create the virtual machines themselves, we go to our Hyper-V manager. And this is where all the virtual machines are at. So you can see I have several of them. Windows 7, 64 and 86, and then several servers, even XP. Of all of them, actually only a couple are running right now. On to create the machine. To create a new machine, you click New Virtual Machine, Next, and then you give it a name. Tutorial Lab 1. Which one I'm going to call this one. You click Next. You give its memory, how much memory you want to give the machine. No less than 512, but ideally a couple of gigs if you have it. I have 8 gigs in this machine, and I have two virtual machines running right now. I'm going to have these other 2. Right here you get to select what type of network connection you want. I'm going to make it an internal local connection to have an isolated network for my test lab. Click Next, and here you could, if you were creating a brand new machine where you were going to install it from scratch, you will create a blank hard drive here, but I already have an existing hard drive, so I'm going to click Use Existing, and then have to browse to choose it, and this is the location where I put it in. Remember, I called them Tutorial Lab 1, so I'm going to choose that. Click Next, and I'm ready to create the virtual machine. Review the settings and click Finish, and there it is, Tutorial Lab 1 machine. It's right here. Now to create a second one, it's just that quick. You go to New again, Virtual Machine, Next, give it a name. This one is going to be Lab 2. I'm going to take the default 512 megs of memory. I'm going to connect it to an internal local area connection. Click Next. I have a hard drive for this one, so I'm going to select that. I'm going to browse to it. This is Tutorial Lab 2, and Finish. It thinks for about 2 seconds, and there I have 2 machines. Well, now that I have the 2 machines, I'm going to turn them on. By double clicking on it, brings up this window with the machine in it. Right now it's turned off, but I'm going to turn it on. And this should take no more than a couple of minutes. But what we'll get is a mini setup, and you'll see it right now. If you copy the hard drive, as you can see setup is preparing your computer for first use. This is happening because I Sysprepped it. If I had just made a copy of the hard drive, it'll be an exact copy of the first machine with the same security identifiers. And you don't want to do that. That's why you Sysprep the machine. Here you click Next. Make sure you read that. I've read it. And then it's ready to start. It prompts you to change the password, and the first thing you do is select a password. type it a couple of times, hit enter, and changes the password, click OK, and the machine is up and running. And sure enough, there it is. So this is my tutorial lab 1 machine. Let me bring the other one up just to show you that. It's just as quick to do that one. Double click it to that, and then I turn the machine on. I'm going to go back over here. This is the one that just came up. It has a default name, as you can see. This is my second lab machine coming up. And just to show you, I have these other 2 running. I'm going to turn them on. That's DC SRV1 that's running in the background. This is a brand new install of the Lab 2 machine. And here again it asks for a password. Change that, and it is. So the 2 machines, that's the other one I just brought up. This one I already had and it was running. Just to show you, you can run all that. I have 4 machines running right now. I'm going to bring up the XP box, turn that on, and I'm sharing 8 gigs of memory to run all these, and I'm running, of course, the actual server 2008 box, and then all of these other machines are virtual. And this is how you set up a virtual network, and now you get to play with all your servers. I hope you find it useful. Thank you for watching. And as you can see here, you can quickly see how much memory it's allocated to the machines that are running. And most of them I have only 512 megs, although this server is running with a 1 gigabyte, and I have 5 of them running, and they're right here. That's 1, 2. This is the Lab 2 machine I just set up, and that's 1, and even XP.